Oh boy, Riven, the exiled Noxian fighter who is as broken as her sword. I did some research and looked for a Riven how to and I wanted to share my knowledge with you guys. Let's start with the basic breakdown featuring Riven, the Exile. Her passive, Runic Blade. After using an ability, Riven's next auto attack deals 25 to 50% bonus damage depending on her level. You can have up to 3 stacks of her passive at the same time. Little hint, it's not listed in the ability's text, but the buff lasts for 6 seconds after using an ability. Her Q, Broken Wings. Her Q is a 3-part ability where she moves to the direction she faces and deals damage to the enemies in front of her. The third part of the Q also knocks up the enemies she hits for a short duration, and it lets her hop over almost every wall on the Summoner's Rift. This ability is usually her main ability, and depending on the matchup, you usually want to max this first. Here are some examples of wall hops you can do with Riven and her Q. Her W ability, Ki Burst. This ability is as simple as it could be. After a really short cast time, she stuns the enemies in a short radius around her for 0.75 seconds and deals damage to them. Her E, Valor. Riven dashes forward and gains a shield for 1.5 seconds. This ability might sound simple, but is probably your biggest playmaker ability in your kit. You can turn around fights with this ability if you time it correctly, and opens up a lot of new combos for you to use against your opponent. This should be the second, or in some cases, the first ability you want to max on Riven. Her ultimate is Blade of the Exile. It's a 2-part ability, and in the first part, Riven gains bonus attack damage and range on her auto attacks and abilities for 15 seconds. The second part of her ultimate is Wind Slash. It's an AoE ranged cone shape execute ability that deals a lot of damage the less HP the enemy has, and the damage caps at the enemies having about 40% of their max HP. Okay, and now that we got this clear, let's get more into detail. For Riven, there are a lot of different rune pages that you could use. It always depends on which enemy you're playing against, but I will blend in 2 of my favorite rune pages for Riven right now, and one of them being with Conqueror for the true damage fighting potential, and the other one being with Electrocute for the more assassin playstyle in combination with the Lethality build. If you have any specific questions about the runes, just write them in the comments and I will reply as soon as possible. Animation cancelling. Animation cancelling is something that a lot of champions in League of Legends have, but it's not talked about that often. Riven, on the other hand, is a champion who has a lot of those animation cancels, and you can abuse those to do cooler and faster combos. Riven's auto attacks are weird. The animation is too long and the damage goes through really early. Therefore, you can cancel the animation with either another movement command or another ability. This is really important to keep in mind, since you can use your Q really fast after using an auto attack. After using your E, you have a short window of using two abilities at the same time and cancelling the animation of the first one. This means you can cancel your W, R, or even an active item channeling, for example Tiamat, with your Q animation, making the first ability or item look like it has basically zero animation. And here is how it would look like. An important thing about the double casting is that after using your E, you have enough time to do an auto attack. So don't forget it. You can do E, auto attack, and then use two abilities at the same time. It's a really good combo since you can proc your electrocute really fast or just trade really well because the enemy won't expect that much damage at the same time. The fast Q combo is probably one of Riven's most famous animation cancel combos. And because of that, I will go through that combo with you guys and explain how it works. First, you auto attack the enemy, and you cancel the animation of the auto attack after the damage went through with your Q. And while you are in the Q animation, you click somewhere on the ground to buffer a movement command, which causes the Q animation to be a little bit shorter, and then you click back on the enemy for Riven to auto attack him. If you do this with all three Qs, you have the fast Q combo. Okay, to repeat, first auto attack, and then Q, then click on the ground and back onto the enemy, and repeat. Auto attack, cancel the auto attack animation with Q, and cancel the Q animation with the movement command, and then click back onto the enemy for the next auto attack. Easy. It just requires some training, but I'm pretty sure you can do it. I hope you liked this video, and if you want more basic breakdowns, please like and subscribe. And also, if you have any suggestions on how I could make this series better, please write it in the comments below. Thank you.